Hello, I'm Christina, one of the students from Learning How to Learn, and for this project, the honors project, I decided to create a video journal and apply the techniques I learned from the course, Learning How to Learn, to actually learning a new skill, making a video using my laptop, editing it, and uploading it hopefully with graphics. The topic of this video is motherhood and learning. In it, I briefly examine some of the points of the course, specifically those points which are my greatest learning challenges. In this course, I became interested in the other aspects of life which affect one's ability to learn. Items affecting memory, which is the linchpin of learning, may be particularly challenging at different points of your life, particularly, say, when you flip from being free and easy to being a new mom. First, pregnancy brain. Yes, momnesia is a real thing. Now, your brain doesn't actually shrink, as is widely reported, but it is affected by the increase in hormones. So moms of singletons experience a hike in hormones of 4 to 10 times that of a normal fertile woman. Some women are very efficient. And for example, when a woman has twins, she can have as many as 10 times the hormones of a singleton pregnancy. So twins moms, like myself, are more affected by the memory lapses that can occur with momnesia. Now, what is momnesia? One British study shows that pregnancy can adversely affect spatial memory because the hippocampus is affected by the hormone changes of pregnancy. Another expert, Donica Moore, MD, says, quote, "It has been postulated that from an evolutionary standpoint, this memory impairment may be helpful so that women forget about the other stuff and focus on caring for the child." So we give up some of those frontal lobe slots, in fact so many of them, to childcare that we simply don't have the slots we need to learn new things. After birth, momnesia brain takes a while to recover, and many studies show that sleep deprivation also adversely affects memory, a point which was covered by Dr. Oakley in the Learning How to Learn course. So if you have a baby or a toddler, well, I practice attachment parenting, and if you respond to your child's cries in the night, and by the way, never let a child cry through the night. It doesn't teach them anything except that no one's coming to help them. And it's bad for their developing brains. If you respond to them, you're going to be sleep deprived for about 8 months to 2 years. Distractions of motherhood. These are also particularly challenging, and so too is stress. Funny story. About a year ago, I took my boys to the excellent Maryland Science Center in Baltimore, Maryland, which has a permanent exhibit on the body. You can check your pulse, you can check your blood pressure, you can peer inside the body's layers, you can lay down on a bed of nails, and you can even take a simple stress test. Now at this station, you sit down and you put your hand on the sensor, and the screen in front of you measures your stress level, sort of a computerized mood ring. My stress level meter ran right up to maximum on the gauge. And I was shocked because my pulse, my blood pressure, these were normal. But my measured stress level was through the roof. So I used the biofeedback technique they provided, trying to slow down a spinning cube on the screen, and I managed to calm myself down to about 3/4 when my son came up, my precious, precious son came up and said, "Hi, Mommy." That's all it took for my stress gauge to go right back up to maximum. And so I went back to playing with my sons. As we learned in this course, stress makes it very hard to learn. So that's something for me to manage better as a mom. And the constant distractions of motherhood also make it difficult to attain the necessary focus you need even for 20 minutes. Now, as I said, I practice attachment parenting, so when a child comes up to me and asks me for something, I always try to respond, or get my husband to. And because my boys are identical twins, well, I know when one of them sees the other one getting something, I'm going to have to deal with them one right after the other, every time. So it's a constant set of distractions. So these changes to our brains, to our hippocampus from pregnancy, sleep deprivation, stress, and the constant distractions of motherhood have adversely affected my ability and my motivation to learn new things over the past 6 years. And these affect all moms to some degree, but there are other changes in my life worth noting, which were also addressed in the course content. Consider our aging brains. At 40, the brain changes a lot. It's well documented. The myelin sheath starts deteriorating, the brain does shrink with age, and lots of physical and hormonal changes affect the male and female bodies and brains after 40. And did I mention I was just a few weeks from 40 when I had the twins? Yeah. So as a result of my taking the Learning How to Learn course, I'm become intrigued by how my changing brain will continue to learn. I call it relearning how to learn. I'm studying new ways of increasing or maintaining my brain health through healthy eating habits. Peanuts are great brain food, it turns out. Omega-3s, of course, choline from eggs, DHA, all the essential amino acids. Only place you can get those is eggs. As well as exercise and plenty of water are, it turns out, essential to brain health. And this course has been a motivating force for me to change my lifestyle at this late date and recommit to healthy foods and daily supplements. I also challenged my belief that I'm too old a dog to learn new tricks. Also, as we learned in the Learning How to Learn course, procrastination has a huge effect on your ability to learn. Well, because if you just keep deferring the learning, you're never going to learn what you're looking to learn. You'll never learn those big tasks like how to read music or create a video from scratch. And I've battled procrastination my whole life. But somehow I've managed to get a BA and a master's. Even so, taking learning in small chunks runs counter to my training, where you study for hours daily in several different disciplines, but breaking it up really works. In 4 sessions, I produced this video. The tools on procrastination allowed me, and would allow you, to challenge our ingrained notions of our own role in achievement. The Pomodoro technique, followed by a reward for your inner zombies, followed by another Pomodoro for a different task, interleaving. These techniques really got me through this video project. Also, process-oriented focus is a vital revelation to me. Setting a small goal from the bigger picture, such as learning to use a video camera on your laptop, which, by the way, I learned on YouTube from a pubescent child, and focusing on that goal until you're ready for the next step in the process, it really does help you get to that finished product. So what does this all mean for moms? As a proponent of attachment parenting, my advice to moms is this: be willing to pursue motherhood for a couple to 3 years without worrying about learning additional things. You'll be learning a lot of parenting skills. You'll learn about childcare, growth rates, physical needs, constantly shifting needs, right alongside your kids growing up. And your mom brain apparently doesn't have room for these new learning experiences anyway. Make time for sleep. Sleep when they sleep. Make time for good nutrition and 1 or 2 personal goals. I set up an eBay store and began selling toddler items when the boys were 2, and I've kept it up. Lastly, don't berate yourself for not learning big, important things like physics or a new language when you're a new mom. Teaching your primary language to a toddler will be challenging enough. And forgive yourself for being immersed in your motherhood. And get used to that, because you're going to be forgiving yourself a lot as a parent. If you do plan to learn something new, in addition to your new addition, making 10 minutes a day to learn something new, as proposed by the videos, really does seem to help. That's it. Thanks for teaching me to learn how to learn.